Hello and welcome to Explore the Galaxy with Michael Marks. This is Season 2, Episode 1, and we're going to explore our Reporting Plus service. And that service provides customers with a reporting tool based on the Galaxy database that helps you run reports faster and more efficiently without taxing your production Galaxy database. As you can see, we are using SQL Server reporting services by Microsoft. So that makes it really easy to have multiple data sources. So for example, you have your Galaxy production database, and then you'll have a reporting plus database that you can point to, as well as other non-Galaxy SQL reporting can also show up here as well. Because again, it's Microsoft. So what we've done with the Reporting Plus service is we've denormalized the Galaxy production database. And what that means is that transactions are represented as single rows in the database rather than spread across numerous tables. So no longer do you have to do 30 joins to figure out some of the lookup that might be important in your reports. Okay. And also, with our Reporting Plus service, it includes the ability to have custom reports written at a flat fee rather than a per hour rate. So check with your BSM for the pricing on that. But again, it's not an hourly rate. It'll just be the cost to create a custom report. Now, with the Reporting Plus, you will get some of our standard reports, around 30 or so. Okay, and what I'll do right now is let's just explore very quickly some of the existing reports that we've provided. So let's take a look at the composite income, the most notable, right? So just like in Galaxy, we have that view. It's very familiar, right? We can see the bottom here. We have our payments and so on. But what's really cool is we can export. So if I want to export to Word, Excel, PowerPoint, as you see here, it's really easy to do. On top of that, you can even go a step further and have your users subscribe to reports. Now, this is a Microsoft SQL Server reporting services feature. So this is something that you get just by simply having the SQL Server reporting services installed and set up. So what you would have to do to subscribe to a report would be to, let's go into the management area of it. So we hit these little three dots, hit manage. Okay. And then we have the subscriptions button here. This subscription button allows us to do two things, one of two things. We can either A, have this specific report show up in a Windows file share folder at a certain time, or we can have this report emailed to someone in the organization every day at 8 o'clock. To do that, you would hit the new subscription. Okay, and then we would fill out some information. Now, just to be clear, I have just the Windows file share set up here because I don't have my mail server set up. I have everything encased in a virtual machine. But this is where you would see the email selection, but you just have to make sure that you have your email configured to your email server. We can talk about when the subscription is going to be delivered, as you can see here, right? We can even take note some of the report parameters. This is really cool because maybe this one report has different parameters for certain users in the organization. So for example, maybe accounting wants to see yesterday, but maybe someone in a different area wants to see a full month's worth. So you'll be able to set those report parameters here. Another really cool feature is that you can go ahead and take the descriptions that we've provided in the database dictionary as well as the standard reporting that comes with Reporting Plus. And what I've done is I can actually right click on these reports and I can see the description. Now that's not something that comes standard. You can actually just do this by hitting manage on the report and then just typing in a description right here. That's what I did. I just simply copied and pasted from the documentation for Reporting Plus. And then it makes it a little bit easier. So you can write anything that would be pertinent to whoever is going to be using this report so they understand what it's going to do. Also, I like to take note, this is one of my favorite reports, the issued report by type. The reason why it's one of my favorite reports is because it's tied to item groups. Now, I just want you to take a quick moment here. Think about somebody walking into your office and saying, hey, how many of X did I sell today? Or how many of Y did I sell today? And sometimes it's not the easiest to find that data because everyone's configuration is different. So with the issued report by type using item groups, I'm able to actually run the reports and see exactly what I'm looking for in regards to the sales. So what that means is I can actually go in the Galaxy and under order entry, I can configure an item group. As you see here, we're all familiar with item groups, but I can actually go ahead and say, hey, I want you to just show me all the educational purchases, right? Something of that nature. Or I can go ahead and say, show me everything that was categorized as an eGalaxy web product. But on top of that, we can actually go to Galaxy right now if we wanted to, created a new item group, and then in just a few moments, the synchronization from the Galaxy database to the Reporting Plus will show the new item group, and you'll be able to make that quick report. So it's a very, very, very strong tool, but simple. Also, we have our promotions report, something that we're used to here, right? Looks like I don't have any promotions this month, so if I go back in time, run the report, we have no promotions. Oh no, I'm not a happy camper in my promotions world. Don't tell my marketing team. Here we go. So you can see we have our issued promotions right here, and we're able to do the from and end date, and we can even go ahead and sort it from the company agency name. So this is one of the standard reports that we had in Galaxy. But now I want to take a quick moment and show you what it's like to build a custom report. So I'm going to show you really quickly my custom member report that I made. And I just use the Microsoft SQL Server Report Builder that comes with the SSRS package. So if I select my custom member report, take notice I have Franz Ferdinand and Cowboy Dan. I have their email addresses, but what I don't have is I do not have their phone number. So something that's really important with using Reporting Plus is that you have the flexibility to create your own custom reports as well as edit them fairly quickly. So let me show you what it would be like to simply add the phone number to this member report. So I'm going to hit the Manage button here. All right, but this time we're going to hit Edit in Report Builder. Report Builder is also where you would start to do your custom reporting from scratch, which I will show you how to quickly configure once I'm done showing you this. If you're lost right now, don't worry about it. This is a Microsoft product. You can Google, or should I say Bing, right? Your SQL report builder and kind of get an overview on how to use it. But it's pretty straightforward. So for example, I'm going to add the column to the right for the phone number. And if you remember, I said denormalized, right? So a denormalized database should have most of the information on those rows. So if I simply hit this button here, it brings some of the useful data that I would be using for here, and I select phone and I hit save. All right, so now if I close out of this, and all I do is simply rerun the custom member report, phone number is there. So that quick and that easy. So that was one of my existing reports that I made from scratch to show you. But now let me give you a quick introduction on hooking up Reporting Plus, do some custom reports. This is something you'd have to do the first time to establish how you'll be doing your report writing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in Report Builder here. Now, oops, if you do not have Report Builder, you can simply download it from Microsoft's site. And once Report Builder pops up, it's going to try to contact my server. Looks like I have the incorrect server selected. So what you'll have to do is hit connect and make sure you are connected to the correct server. All right, now that I'm connected, we're going to go ahead and hit new. And we're going to use the table or matrix wizard. Now we can do map wizard. So maybe you want to do a heat map. You can do charts, but we'll keep it nice and easy. We'll do a table matrix wizard. So we're going to create a new data set. So the data set's going to include all the data that I'm going to be querying against. And that could come from multiple sources. But for this one, we're going to create a new data set with just the one source, which would be Reporting Plus. So now we're going to go ahead and browse to an existing source. So if you actually have Microsoft SSRS, you might have the Galaxy production database as a source. So it's very important to know which one you'll be using. So I will select my Reporting Plus. We'll test connection, right? Good to go. And we'll click Next. You might have to log in with a different user. I'm able to use my current Windows user. That's just my Windows rules here. And then now we can design the query. So I'm just going to go very quickly and show you what it's like to add a few of the fields. But you can get pretty dangerous in seeing the type of data we can get fairly quickly. So what I'll do is I'll select the Reporting Plus, Galaxy Reports Plus, and I'm going to take a look at the tables. Now, we have starting with D, those are lookup, right? So these are just going to be, hey, what do these actually mean in the definitions, right? If we head down to R, that's more of like our transactional. So let's just do this. I'm going to go ahead and say, let's show me some order data, and let's just load all of the order data. So this is going to load all of the order data table, and we can actually continue to select multiple tables and we can join them. So for example, if I found one of the lookup tables, I can join them using the order ID or something of that nature. Once you feel like you got everything good to go, you click Next, and then we just talk about, well, what fields are we going to be using it? How are we going to group the rows? How are we going to group the columns, right? So you get to determine how you want to do that. Since I'm not doing any grouping, I can just simply say, hey, show me, let's say, order ID, give me some contact IDs, let's do a customer ID, and maybe just the order amount, right? Click Next, and that's just how it's going to look. And when I click Next and Finish, come back, there it is. So there it is. The report is actually starting to look like an Excel spreadsheet. And then you can kind of design it from there. You can go ahead and change the look and feel. We can change the colors, the backgrounds. We can go ahead and move things around. So yeah, that's very quickly how to get started with doing some custom reporting. Well, we just have to make sure we have our data source set up, and then we can just go ahead and start custom reporting. There's a lot more I can show you. I absolutely love the Reporting Plus service. It has been great since we've introduced it, especially those who have used Galaxy in the past and looking for a great way to export your reports, or even have a way of automated your report delivery. So it's a great service. Contact your BSM with any questions, and we can do additional demonstrations to help guide you. Thank you and take care.